DJ Event Planner, Electra Voice, DJ Trivia and DJ Bingo, ProX Direct, NLFX Pro, Promo Only, Odyssey Cases, Perfect Portals, JMOZ Lighting, Instant DJ Requests, and our DJNTV Insiders. This is John Young from DJNTV. Thanks for watching.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hanging Out with Howie. And we have a wonderful cast here this evening. A special guest who has just been done with some plumbing duties. We have Aaron McPhail from British Columbia,
Alberta.
And then we have
Close enough.
Oh, okay. I'm
somewhere
sorry.
up there.
Same church, different pew.
He's in the Great White North.
Right north, eh? Yeah.
Hey. And of course, my road dog, John Colley.
Everyone take a sip.
And we've got the inimitable Bill Marsh. And of course, we have Mr. Brian S. Red.
Hi.
And from Swinging Temecula, California, we have Jay Brannon. And guys, I'm wondering, I saw some comments. Is anybody still...
Maybe if you want to say in the millennial and Gen Z world, perhaps not. I would still argue that who saw you at a wedding is going to come up to you and ask you if you have a card.
I occasionally get asked for cards, but before I go and give the other surprise away, does anybody else have any thoughts on that? I mean,
I gave out 5 this weekend. I had a show. I had people come up. They're like, "Hey, do you have a card?" I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Yeah,
I tried to modernize the card, so now I have a QR code on the back that instantly goes to my Instagram account. That way, they can just flip their phone over, hit it. Oh, there he is. If you want to get a hold of it, you can.
See, that's what happens when you surround yourself with the best in the business. You took my second question, but that's okay.
Used to just have a phone number and a website. Now it's got a Facebook and an Instagram and a this and that.
But people ask for that almost as much as a business. I've had 3 people Saturday ask for a card. 2 people asked what my Instagram was. So either they wanted to look me up or they wanted to tag me. And I got an email from the coordinator. And after saying, looking forward to working with all of you for Caitlin and Blake, the next sentence was, here are all of the social media tags for everyone when you make a post. Mm-hmm. And I made a post and I tagged everybody, and I've had 4 new followers from the vendors and 3 comments from the vendors. So I get why DJs may go out of their way to get everyone's Instagram, because people communicate through Instagram. Look at all of us. Nobody texts me on my phone, but I talk to you guys every day because somebody put something up on Facebook Messenger. Mm-hmm. So,
how about you, Brian?
A lot of people ask for cards still. But it's a lot of people are asking for cards. But yeah, I think that I probably should look into some kind of other scannable media stuff to put on my card. That's what Jennifer Ramirez is for. She's good at that. I just let her do it. But I should do that.
Yeah. Tap a phone with it. I've seen that at different DJ shows. They'll say, give me your phone. You hold your phone out, turn it on, and they tap it, and you have all their contact. The only downside is you walk away 10 minutes later, you're like, who was that? Because your phone doesn't register contacts by most recent.
Well, to Bill's point, though, and I think it's a valid point, most of the people who ask for my cards are older.
Yes, they're the ones writing the check.
But and they're the ones writing the check. So right. Maybe there's room for both, which is your second part probably, and I probably screwed that up for you. And by the way, shame on you from Guy Vaguely North somewhere for blowing that for Howie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Blame
No.
Canada every time they screw it up every time.
No.
Yeah, sorry. He's up there somewhere, like
screw it up.
that way.
But I think to Aaron's point, one of the really big things for, I guess, millennials and younger folks is to have a QR code already on your business card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I don't want to carry this card, but they'll snap that, the QR, and then it's on their everything. They're doing a lot of stuff on the phone. And like to Jay's point, hashtags are huge. I mean, how many people are getting, requests, from, what's it called? An Instagram message. It's a message, right? Or so.
Yeah, it's still Instagram Messenger.
Yeah.
Or you can DM, direct message somebody on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I've had clients hire me who have hit me up on Instagram, and I see it 2 days later. I'm like, I'm really sorry, I don't check his Instagram as much. Yeah, let me send you a package. Send them, and they hire you, and you're like, I'm like, by the way, in the future, can you email me? It's easier for me to keep a paper trail for your special day. And then they switch to email.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we just have to come to grips with Instagram is how a lot of people under the age of 30 are going to find you. And the other thing they're doing is they're seeing what you're putting up. Are you putting up shots of your dog? Or are you putting up shots of you killing it at a wedding or killing it at an event? And they judge you. I can tell you from a social media standpoint, every time somebody approached the company that I work with and said, hey, I'd like you guys to work with me, I would go to their Instagram and Facebook. And if their Instagram and Facebook numbers weren't in the tens of hundreds of thousands, it was a no. Because at that point, you're asking somebody to give you gear because you're out there in the public eye. Nobody in the public eye has 2,000 followers on Instagram. They have like 200,000.
Yeah.
So what would happen if one of us decided to become like bigger than Elon Musk? I think I know how to do it. I think I just thought of a way.
Oh, here we go.
You got to come up with something that condenses all this bullshit into one thing, because you've got Facebook, you've got email, you've got Instagram, you've got, I don't know what the hell, TikTok, you've got Twitter. There's all these things. And oh yeah, by the way, we all have these still, right? Phones, like we have that.
They ring once in a while.
Sometimes mine did today.
It does once in a while.
So it would be really cool if all this stuff was condensed. So as business owners, we don't have to go through 36 different platforms every day to see what the hell's going on in our lives.
Actually,
Sprout Social, or Hootsuite. Those do exactly that.
Wait, that
already exists.
It's a brilliant idea. It's almost like if you went to a foreign country and you got something like, that app where you can
WhatsApp
into it, where you speak into it and it converts it to that language,
right
where you're at.
There's actually a bunch of programs that already do that. I use Sprout Social, and you just give it all your addresses, and you open one app, and it shows you all your different profile messages.
None of them are doing it right because none of them are bigger than Elon Musk, and I've never heard of them. So
I've never heard of it.
Maybe it's a marketing issue. I don't know.
Your age too. I mean, you're not. No, because you're not using social media that way. Like,
I can't use it all. I can't use it all.
Right, but if you did it as a business, meaning you paid to get a business to do that. That's like Hootsuite is the free one. Sprout Social is one that you can use. Later is one you can use. Just because I had to do this with Pioneer DJ, and it's like I was shocked how many there are. There's ones that you can make a post. Let's say Monday morning you get up, Brian. You're like, I'm going to post for the week.
Right.
You can schedule at what time on what day.
Right.
And it tells you when the busiest times are.
Oh, I had a crash course of that crap when I was doing all the DJ stuff.
You do everything all at once, and then sit back and just don't do another thing for the week. And at the end of the week, Brian's posted 15 times.
Yeah.
And these are what he posted. And because, again, we may not see it in our businesses, but there are DJs and people in business younger than us, and that's their bread and butter now. They're doing TikTok because it's getting them millions of views. It's
just Twitter. A lot. It's fun. It's a lot. And to your point, you had a client who contacted you on Instagram and you told that client, hey, you need to go to the email from now on because that's your preferred way of doing it.
Because I got a paper trail. I can't keep, like you said, even I'm the same way. I get up every day and my phone, at least with iPhones, turn on notifications, then pick which ones. Mm-hmm. So my screen will tell me every message I've gotten throughout like that. It'll tell me all the messages I keep getting throughout the day and what they are. Right. But after a while, you're spending an hour doing nothing on your phone but reading through crap.
Right. Exactly.
What you end up needing you need a service. You need a service that literally comes in and goes, thanks for contacting BSR. Here's the link to our website. And you know what you're knocking the door of? You're knocking the door of 2 DJs in our industry who have automated services that do it for you so that if a client reaches out to you on your website or I think through Instagram or Facebook, they're automatically now responded to with an email saying, hey, thanks so much for contacting us. What's the date of your event? It's like a bot service. Mm-hmm. Like you go to like Rock Auto or any of those sites, all of a sudden in the bottom right corner of the screen, it's like, hey,
we help you.
What can I help you with? Yeah. And it's a bot and they've got thousands of replies. So if you say, hey, I'm looking for stuff for a 65 Mustang, their immediate answer might be, the 65 Mustang is a beautiful car. We have a wide range of things for the motor and the body. Here's 2 links.
Well, it's funny you mention that because a lot of the sites for the 65 Mustang and the Mustang community do that. They are highly underutilized because everybody knows they're a bot and they don't even bother.
Well, that's the thing. So is that occasional buyer that's going to go, this is so helpful. That's a person.
Are you interested in selling your home? No.
No.
I mean, my biggest challenge now is I'm getting spammed on my website and I can't block my own website. And I can't go to my website where it has my link on contact me. I've got every Ukrainian bride under the sun hitting me up. I don't know what I've done to deserve this, but...
Well, one thing that irks me is that I've been trying to contact each and every one of you about your extended car warranty, and none of you have replied to me.
I said that at a wedding last week because the bride was in the bathroom. God is my witness. We were waiting for her last dance. They go, she just ran in the bathroom. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm glad I have all of you here because I wanted to talk to you about extending your car's warranties. And they all just started laughing.
It is. That's a running gag.
And I'm like, what would Brian S. Red do? I know. Yeah. Timing is everything.
He would do a Carlin, for sure. Yeah.
I'm like, what would Carlin do? He
time for a bid here.
Extending your warranty. They all just looked at me like, that's the same wedding where I said, hey, everyone put your phones in the air and turn the lights on. And that was the last dance moment. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, that's another Carlin moment. Like, say what's not expected at the time.
We've totally squirreled Howie because he had a follow-up question.
The QR part of it was.
Yeah. If you did that, would you get it on one card? And if someone came up to you, say, oh, do you have your phone with you? Here's a QR code to my website and all Instagrams.
And then would you give them the card? Their phone up to it.
Yeah, I did.
Then you would
because my QR's on there. And I give it to him.
I wonder if a sticker on the back of your own phone, so you could go like this. Oh, do you have your phone with you? Here, take a photo of this. And there's a QR code right here. You take a photo, and now they go to that.
You could, a couple of years ago.
It's always with you.
Go ahead, Bill.
Go ahead, Bill. Years ago, I seem to remember a kid related to John Young who created a DJ request app that involved a QR code.
Yes.
And if I recall, using that QR code also could be a two-way QR code, if I remember right.
But it's not though. That was the feature point of that QR code was that you don't have to sign up for anything. We don't collect any data.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant that I thought if memory serves me right, if they scanned the QR code, it didn't just give them the ability to make a request anonymously, like you were saying, without giving up information. But I thought he said you could program it to give them your information. Or perhaps that was something he was working on at the time.
He may have been working on it. We got to him pretty early in the process.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. But at the same time, I was thinking, the funny thing is that I'm going to be updating my card, and I was thinking about employing a QR code. And the guy that I talked to about doing it said, create a page on your website that is a page that just says like my links. There are actual websites you can pay to use or that are free services. There are my links pages where it just lists all your different links for social and email and everything. But he said you could do the same thing on your own page. You just create an extra page and then you make the QR code take them to that as a landing page. And then it says my Facebook, my website, my this, my that. So
Instagram has a thing. Once you get to, I think, 10,000 followers, they allow you to embed what's called link in bio. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yeah.
And link in bio simply is a link that goes to usually a site called Linktree. And Linktree then lines you up, gives your business name or your name, and then it has boxes that you can click on, like Instagram, Facebook, website, Spotify, Mixcloud, TikTok, whatever you want to send them to. But it's getting that link in bio thing that becomes important. So it might be worth looking at just what Bill said, either doing it through your own QR, because let's face it, after COVID, everyone can deal with QRs. 5 years ago, nobody wanted to touch them. Now, after COVID, and everyone had to order in every restaurant on a QR code, it's not foreign material. But if you have one site, maybe linked to one of your social medias, whatever you use the most, and just have some sort of link up there. I don't have enough followers to do it myself on Instagram, but there's got to be a workaround.
What do you have there, Brian?
Brian, you're muted.
You were showing.
I was just feeling social media pressure, so I was TikToking our Zoom meeting.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Gotta have content.
See,
it didn't turn out very good, though.
This whole thing with the, like, even if you were able to get that program that put all your messages in, then you're up in the morning and for an hour or two replying or even just looking at them. It's like, it's a job, and I don't want a job. I've made this perfectly clear.
Another job, yeah.
I don't want another job. I want to just play music and create some ambiance,
Right.
Yeah, but devil's advocate, Howie, how many times have you responded quickly to a client? You happen to be sitting at your computer, you get an email, and you respond. I would be willing to bet you're going to say 100%, because for me it is. They say, wow, thank you so much for responding so quickly.
Well, because
that's the
everything
hassle.
is connected to my phone. So whether it comes up on the iPad or the laptop, it also comes up on the phone. All three ding at the same time.
Right.
So if I'm out and someone, you strike while the iron's hot, and they thank you for hitting back so quick. They really do.
Picking up Owen from when he was with Ape Labs. I picked him up at the airport one time. He got on my car before he said hi, before he said anything. It's like, phone charger. iPhone. I'm like, no. I got in his bag and he pulled it out and he unplugged mine. He plugged his in. He plugged in his phone and he's frantically doing stuff.
Yeah.
What are you doing? It's like, I got to respond to these messages. I got to get back to these people right now because they expect this customer service needs to be done right now. He's like, you mean you don't have Messenger on your phone? I'm like, no. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, dude, I have to breathe once in a while. There's a time to sit down and do this. And there's a time to go for a ride in the car and say, hey, man, how was your trip? There's a time for these things. So, I mean, that's me. I just did a show.
I like that
hustle factor.
Yeah, the show that I watched where you filled in when I was sick. Perfect. Where you said you gotta take time for yourself, and
you took time for yourself. That's why I was doing your show.
Yeah,
you had to.
Have you ever walked around with Ben Stowe?
I didn't have a choice. I had it. I was pretty sick.
Ben Stowe was younger than me, and I've told Ben to knock it off because I don't want to see a post about Ben someday.
No, Ben does all his messages verbally. I walked from the convention center to the Riviera years ago with Ben and Kat, and Ben was in front of us talking, and I'm like, who's he talking to? She's like, he's responding to emails.
Yeah, Sparky B does that too.
Yeah. But again, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there. Take it for whatever it's worth. The guys I know that are the busiest, and a lot of them are very successful, tend to be the ones that are constantly responding, constantly replying, constantly building. I mean,
I
that's just
understand
reality.
that.
If you take 2 days off,
No,
don't be mad that you missed out on 4 events.
No, you can kill yourself and do well. You can do well until you die.
Yeah, but that's life. That's
You do great.
You got to find that happy medium.
Right up to that
And then
point.
you're dead and nobody cares.
I know, but Brian, that's just the reality of life. You get hit by a truck tomorrow, it's not going to matter. I mean,
That's right.
it's figuring out how to be.
So kill
Today's
myself, overworking
business
myself, or getting hit by a truck are my choices here?
No, it's
Come on.
try to
I mean,
find
let's
out
say you don't get hit by a truck and you live for a while.
I know, but the reality is then understand it's not a bad thing if somebody wants to gig 4 days a week if they're on social media and everything constantly, versus if you're willing to gig once a week, once every 2 weeks, but you're taking 2 days a week off. You can't be upset if you look at 4 incomings that you respond to and they all go, "Hey, sorry, we already hired somebody."
Yeah.
To me, that's just a wake up call to if you're going to be in
That's
business in 2022, business has become very black and white. Either get in the ring and respond or get what you get.
All
And that's
right.
just- I'm not putting it on you.
I'm
saying
gonna
in general.
you do you. I'm gonna live for a while.
Brian, I'm not worried about my health. I'm living.
Oh, I know. I'm worried about my health, and I know that there's.
But health and being responsive and quick, I don't think are quite. I think taking a day for yourself. I took the day off after our show from Howie.
Yeah.
When you made that point, I took the next day off. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's good.
And I felt great. But the reality is, in today's world, people have made it that there's an expectation of, I'm so important, you need to get back to me immediately. And as much as we may disagree with that, it's sadly what the rest of the industry has created.
Or how about you become so desirable that people will just wait for you to call them back?
Exactly.
And I don't know that person exists in our industry.
I booked that
In fact,
person
I guarantee
today.
they don't.
I booked that person today.
I'm not saying you don't book. I'm saying
I'm just saying they
it's how much booking. That's what people are looking for. They're looking for volume.
you do you. I'm just offering another take here on this, that you don't have to murder yourself to
I know, but Brian,
be
you keep
successful.
saying, I don't know where the murdering yourself is coming from. I don't think checking your phone
I almost
for
died
half
once.
an hour. Well, I know you did, but you weren't checking your phone.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I was doing a lot of other
I'm not being a wise ass. I'm just saying you were running yourself ragged.
You, man. You do you, and
but you
do
can't
it
live
your
on
way.
cigarettes and Coke. I'm saying, you were running yourself ragged.
I'm just saying, there's more than one way to do this.
I just think it's a thing we can't. I think we have to come up with a solution to something that exists and not view it as, well, that's for other people. Because
I didn't say that. What I said was, there's a time to do this stuff. There's a time to sit down and do this stuff. You don't have to do it immediately. You don't have to constantly be on your phone and answering messages. I'm just saying, maybe there's a time to sit down during the day and do that. Maybe it's not all day on demand.
Then maybe that's the discussion.
Not
like,
on
do you do it
demand.
first thing in the morning? Do you do it every other hour? Do you do it midday? Like, what's the expectation for you to be responsive? If you get up at 6, I know I envy the people that get up and do meditation, yoga. They read a book, they have water, they work out. And then by 8, they're like, okay, I'm going to spend 45 minutes on email, and then I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to do something else, and then I'll check email in 2 hours. And if somebody can't accept 2-hour wait, then they weren't the right customer for me.
You know what? Yeah. And I agree with Brian because, hey, look, we're not open 24/7 like Amazon. We're that little mom and pop store that closes at 5 o'clock. And if you come at 6 and knock on the door, nobody's home. Nobody's there.
Well, what if you were, I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm just looking for solutions. What if you had some kind of auto response?
I'm on my phone quite a bit trying to get shows. I'm that guy. I'm pretty eager. I'm always trying to respond as quickly as possible. But a lot of times I'm at an event, or if I am somewhere, or if I'm going to bed, or if I'm tired or whatever, I respond quickly with, hey, I'll get back to you. I'm just in the middle of something. Please be patient. I'll get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually met with, yeah, no problem. I'll be home after 6 p.m. If you can hit me back. I try to respond right away, but I try to do it short, sweet, to the point. I'm on it, but I'll get back to you because I have
every time I text Jay, immediately I get a text back that says, I'm in a meeting. I'll get back to you.
I text.
So I know you got an auto response that you've never
I do on my text. No,
I can text you at 3 a.m. Hey, I'm in a meeting. I'll get back to you.
I have one that says I'm at an event.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I try. You know what? I envied this girl I worked with years ago. If you called her and it went to voicemail, she would say, "Hi, thanks for calling Sarah Smith. Today is June 27th. I'll be in my office from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. and then I have an event. I'm sorry I missed your call. Please leave me a voicemail." And the next day she'd update the voicemail. And I'm like, and I met her at a gig and I'm like, "You do that every day?" She's like, "Customers love it because they don't worry about when am I getting back.
Yeah.
They'll wait for me because I've already given them what my schedule is." Well, look at Google. It thinks I'm closed on the weekend. And I'm like, no, but I've told customers and I've sent this autoresponder on a Friday, "Hey, I'm really sorry. If you get in touch with me on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday, I'm very slow to respond. I'm at another event with another client and that's my only priority that day." And customers love hearing that because they're like, "Oh, that's what I want if I hire you. I want to be your only priority that day."
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's, I don't like it. I miss my old Nokia that didn't have texting. I don't need all these texts. I really don't. And guys, let's be honest. We're all in groups that we all talk to each other constantly. I'm constantly getting something from somebody, and I'm just like, who the hell's on Twitch now? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Somebody's got a set. I should probably go check this out.
What I've really found handy on my
27-hour days
on this new T-Mobile service that I have. I don't know if this. I don't know. Like Jay said, I'm behind because I'm old and don't understand technology. But my voicemails.
What are you driving a 65? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So my voicemails automatically get translated into text messages. So I never have to check my voicemail.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It'll say, "Hi, Brian. My name is I don't have to because so it's there,
I love that.
I
love that voice. Yeah.
You have that
great.
too, Aaron?
Yeah. Yeah, we got it too.
Yeah, I have it too.
All my voicemails go to my text message and I hit play and I can hear the whole thing. I love it.
By the way, guys, for free, if it's still available, go to Google Voice and get a phone number. It was when I got it. It was free. They may be out of phone numbers.
It's still free. It's still free. I have
Google
it.
Voice. It'll do all your voice messages to text. It'll tell you who's calling before you answer it. It allows you to even tell it if it's an unknown number, reply with this voicemail. If it's in my contact list, respond with this voicemail. And if it's these 25 favorites, say, "Hey, Brian, what's up? Yeah, I'm probably doing nothing, but, my phone's not with me." Or "I'm in a meeting." Yeah. And it's become a real I
always figured it meant he was taking a dump or something. I didn't know.
I'm sorry.
That's code.
Maybe we haven't met yet, but I'm the guy that still uses CDs, so that's just way too much for me.
Nice. Right.
You get that,
Jay,
you get that 87 Astro van going there.
Jay, did I get your phone right? Is this the Nokia you're looking for?
No,
that one
mine was a little tiny one.
Old school brick.
It's like the Matrix phone that flips up when you push the button.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's the old 101. It's one of my very first cell phones. I still have it. Probably still works.
You guys don't know what it used to be like when you had an antenna on your phone. And you
that's what this is right here.
The curly one.
Hold it up.
That's my very first cell phone.
How do you guys all have this at arm's reach? Get a life.
That's the battery on the back. That's the
show and tell in here.
Thanks, Brian.
Oh my
Thanks.
God.
That's the screen.
Nice.
My first cell phone came in a bag with a battery the
I
size
have a bag
of a brick.
phone.
Yeah. By the way, driving to Las Vegas, I had to go to I think it was Singular or Pacific or whoever the carrier was, and go to them and say, "Yeah, I'm leaving California, driving to Las Vegas. Okay, we'll program it so that you can still make phone calls in Nevada."
Yep.
This is like 1997. I bought this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
Mine was
it's
about the same.
It's $37 a minute, and if you make a call for longer than 5 minutes, you will get brain cancer.
But you called everybody. You went to the bar, put it down like it was some badge of courage. You're like, "Hey, Mom, what's up?" "No, I'm at a bar right now." No, I think
dude, that was like that with a pager. That was my thing.
Oh, I had a clear green pager. I don't know where that ended up. And then some idiots figured out call you with 911 next to their number, and you grab a pay phone and be like, "What's up, guys? I can't find the microphone." That's 911. I'm on the freeway. I had to pull into a rest area. There's nothing but guys and guys everywhere. What do you mean you can't find the microphone? Use your headphones.
I had the code that was, "Okay, did your boyfriend decide to go home, or is he over at your place tonight? Let me know."
There you go.
I am done at the club at 2:30.
There you go.
Right.
And did most guys use that code on you, Brian? Did guys text you back the code? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All the good queens knew how to.
The old days.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Does anybody else have an input here before we put a fork in it? Anything else?
No, get cards, use cards, put the QRs on them. It works. I've used it 3 or 4 times already. I have booked a show through Instagram like Jay has, and they got it through the code. So you know what? It's a tool. Use it.
Work yourself to death.
No, don't do that. No.
Oh, don't work yourself to death.
Don't work yourself
Don't do that.
No.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Find your happy medium.
Jake and the
Don't
King
do
had a
that.
very, very dark cloud today.
Clear the pipeline in your email. Unsubscribe to anything you don't need. It's just in the way and getting in the way of business.
There you
Absolutely.
go. That's
Get rid of the
good
crap.
advice.
Yeah,
Clear
man.
those clogs, right, Aaron?
Clear them things.
Oh, so I just dig on you for the plumbing thing. I know you had a rough week.
Well,
I just want you to know it's fixed. It's fixed.
excellent. You just have drywall to do now and stuff and ceilings, right?
Yeah.
Home ownership.
Home ownership. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Hire professionals.
you know, I mean, over the weekend I had to put a new toilet in. You know, it's
It's
just
a shitty job.
Wait a minute. I thought you were supposed to put toilets in at your place.
Yeah, that's what you told us.
well,
You said
yeah,
you couldn't.
when yeah,
Had to.
But they'll never show up, so they'll never know you did it.
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
I want to know if this is evidence for the court hearing.
I've been
Yeah.
Wrong number. Wrong number.
I've been trying to steer it towards that. Good night and thank you all for being here.
Stop calling me. Stop calling me.
That's when the magic
So-
happens, though.
The Pulp Fiction line.
Good night and thank you all. And as always, if you have a topic you want us to cover when
Keep
this
it to yourself.
goes, you know, mind your own business. No, just leave in the comments